Good afternoon, everyone. Rahman and Firdaus here from Viskou. Thank you again for joining today's webinar. Topic for today is Hikvision Wireless CCTV security camera. Okay, the first thing is we need to know what is meant by wireless CCTV security camera. So basically, it records visual live stream with the objective of monitoring certain area, provided with single wire or cable required for the wireless CCTV, easily installed anywhere at your desired places. It also same like other cameras, capture the video and image, transmit the video image via wireless data to internet router, and also able to see live view from smartphone using the Connect. This is the components of wireless CCTV security camera that all of you should know when want to buy good wireless camera. First of all, the video and audio quality. As you can see here, we have the 2MP bullet wireless camera. For Hikvision type, also have 4MP. So the higher the resolution, the better the video will be. The camera comes with mic, okay. The storage capacity for the camera within memory card up to 128 GB. Also can record the video in your NVR. Waterproof IP66. Also have night vision, motion detector, remote monitoring, and two-way communication. For today's webinar, we choosing the Hikvision 2MP outdoor fixed bullet network camera with built-in mic. The model is DS2CD 2021G1 IDW. Okay, this camera 2MP resolution have H.265 compression technology for encoding. Support up to 128 GB SD card slot for storage. Also built-in microphone and Wi-Fi connection. Okay. As you can see in front here, this is the model DS2CD 2021G1. After this, we will show the demo using this camera. The another one we have also the dome type 2MP indoor fixed dome network camera, same with built-in mic. The model DS2CD 2121G1 IDW. Similar spec, but different outlook. One for outdoor, another one is for indoor. Okay, for both of these models, the alarm will trigger in case, like if you set up the motion detection or video tampering or illegal login or your hard disk full or cannot detect. So this is the alarm trigger that you can set on your camera with the NVR. For today's webinar, we're choosing the DS7104NI K1WM. This is 4-channel IP NVR. The Wi-Fi NVR comes with two models, the 4-channel and 8-channel. And it only have one slot hard disk and can support up to 4MP high definition live view, storage, and playback. Okay, this is the specific location for camera installation suggested by Hikvision, such as education center, retail area, traffic, industrial park, building, or safe city, or also it can include banking sector. Actually, many more you can suggest where you want to put or you want to install the camera without or less using wire. Okay, for the advantages and disadvantages of wireless camera, first of all, number one, no wire means you no need the LAN cable for installation. But of course, the power supply still needs to be connected to the camera. The second one is the flexibility. You can install any desired places with minimum wires required. And the third one is the secure protect, means your data can directly save in the storage, either from your internal SD card or your hard disk. Disadvantages for the wireless camera, they don't have battery. Okay, and when power cut off, the camera will not function. Second, the wireless signal. For the open area, limited up to 50 meters. But in case you want to install in a building with many partitions, it can be less than 50 meters. Okay, for the demo section, setup and configuration, I will ask my colleague Firdaus to continue this webinar. Thank you.
So hello everyone. So I am Firdaus from Technical Department. So now I'm going to do demo and configuration for this wireless NVR and camera here. So first thing first, you need to power on both devices, which is the NVR and the camera. So I already connect the power and also the network cable, the LAN cable, into the NVR and also the camera. So once you power on the camera and the NVR, you can see in your STDP tool software. So I've got two devices here, which is the NVR and also the camera, which is in status inactive. Since this is a new product, so the status should be in inactive. So if you got the new product with in active status, so you need to contact us to reset the password to your preference. So now I'm going to activate the NVR first. So to activate the NVR, just key in the new password here. So now my NVR are already activated. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log in this NVR via browser. So I copy the IP address, then I open the Internet Explorer and then paste the IP address. So now this is the login page of the NVR. So I'm going to key in the username, which is admin by default, and the password which has been activated just now. So this is the interface of the NVR via browser. So first thing first is I'm going to enable the Wi-Fi features of the NVR. So go to the configuration, network, and the advanced settings. Go to Wi-Fi, and then this is your NVR Wi-Fi name. You can change to your preference, but for this, I'm going to keep this one. And then the password of your Wi-Fi NVR. For this one, I just key in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So click save. So that is the first step. So the next one, I'm going to activate the camera. So go back to your STDP tools. Select your camera. Key in your password, which is similar to the NVR. Then click activate. So now my camera already activated. So the best way is you keep the DHCP. So the network will give you IP address, so you don't need to configure that. So once you power on the camera and the NVR, you can see in your STDP tool software. So I've got two devices here, which is the NVR and also the camera, which is in status inactive. Since this is a new product, so the status should be in inactive. So if you got the new product with in active status, so you need to contact us to reset the password to your preference. So now I'm going to activate the MVR first. So to activate the MVR, just key in the new password here. So now my MVR are already activated. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log in this MVR via browser. So I copy the IP address. Then I open the Internet Explorer and then paste the IP address. So now this is the login page of the MVR. So I'm going to key in the username, which is admin by default, and the password, which has been activated just now. So this is the interface of the MVR via browser. So first thing first is I'm going to enable the Wi-Fi features of the MVR. So go to the configuration, network, under advanced settings, go to Wi-Fi, and then this is your MVR Wi-Fi name. You can change to your preference, but for this, I'm going to keep this one. And then the password of your Wi-Fi MVR. For this one, I just key in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So click save. So that is the first step. So the next one, I'm going to activate the camera. So go back to your HTTP tools. Select your camera. Key in your password, which is similar to the MVR. Then click activate. So now my camera already activated. So the best way is you keep the DHCP. So the network will give you IP address, so you don't need to configure that. So let's refresh a few times. So now the network already gives the IP address to my Wi-Fi camera. So let's copy this IP address and then paste it to the Internet Explorer. So similar to the MVR, the username will be admin and password. Once again, the password must be similar to the MVR. Then now I'm going to connect the camera to the MVR using the wireless hotspot, which has been created just now. So go to the configuration, under network, advanced settings, under Wi-Fi, select the Wi-Fi for the MVR, and then key in the password that we created just now, which is 1 to 8, and then save. So let's refresh a few times to see whether it has been connected or not. So as you can see now, the status is already connected. So means the camera is already connected to the MVR wireless key. So now I can take out the LAN cable, the network cable from the camera. And then now I'm going to the MVR. So to make sure the camera is connected to the NVR, you go to the system and the camera management. So this is the camera that has been connected via Wi-Fi. So you click on the camera and then click the activation button, use a password, then click OK. So now you can go to the live view, and then you can view the camera already. So currently the camera is connected to the Wi-Fi NVR wirelessly. I'm only using the power cable here, no network cable for the camera. Only the network cable for the NVR here. As you can see, the power and network only. So the other way is to connect the camera, both device, which is the NVR and the camera, to the network, and the camera will connect it wirelessly using your network. Or the best way is, which recommended by the Hikvision, is to connect the camera wirelessly using the Wi-Fi from the NVR, which I've shown you just now. So that's all for the configuration part for the Wi-Fi NVR and the camera. So now I'm going to pass to my colleague Rahman for the next session. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Firdaus. Okay. As you can see, the wireless camera, the difference between wireless camera and the normal camera is only the connection, the connection part. About the features, it also have similar with the normal IP camera. So in case your customer or your client require installation of CCTV at their place without hacking too much places, this is the smart choices for them. Okay, so we proceed with Q&A session. If you have any other questions, you can ask. Please write it down, and we can give feedback to you as soon as possible.
So I got some frequently asked question, which is it the Wi-Fi signal for the camera and NVR stable? So as shown in the slide before, the Wi-Fi limitation is up to 50 meters, but that one is under open area. So which means if you got any blocking or walls, or the building is like 2-story or 3-story, the limitation will be less than 50 meters. Maybe half of that, or maybe less than that. So if you are using the Wi-Fi NVR and the Wi-Fi camera, so make sure the distance between the NVR and the camera is in the same building, so will not be too far.
So the connection will be stable.
Yes, so the connection will be stable. Else you will get the lagging video or lost video, something like that. So the next question is, can you use the Wi-Fi camera only without NVR? Okay, so like I said before, the camera you can connect wirelessly to your network. So when you do that, which means you use your camera as standalone. So the recording for the camera will go inside the SD card, so not using the NVR. So yes, you can use your Wi-Fi camera without the Wi-Fi NVR.
The second question, the third, I think, the NVR will also function as access point.
So yes, so just now I already do the configuration. So I already create the Wi-Fi for the NVR. So that one acts as the hotspot or access point for the NVR. So the camera can connect to the NVR wirelessly using the access point that has been created in the NVR just now. So if you got any other question, please leave your question in the Q&A session. And then if no question, we will end our webinar session, and then you can continue to ask any question to your salesperson or even our technical department.
Currently, for this model, we have stock for the Wi-Fi NVR and also the indoor.
Okay, so I got another question. In certain areas there is no internet. Can it still work? Okay, so the NVR and the camera. So like I said before, the camera can connect to the NVR wirelessly using the access point from the NVR. So even if you do not have any internet connection, so you can still use the camera and your NVR. You can still do the recording locally without using any internet connection. But then you cannot do the remote configuration for the NVR or the camera. So the configuration will be under local area only. So you will need to connect your NVR to your PC or laptop directly and do configuration from there.
I mean, recording still can.
You can still do the recording without internet connection. The only disadvantage is that you cannot do the remote configuration.
Also cannot view from smartphone, right?
Yes, you can view from the Hikvision or IBMS.
Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. To get more details about this product, please contact your sales representative from our company to assist you with the prices or maybe set of package or the stock status. Okay, thank you again for joining today, and we hope we can see you for the next webinar. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.